Welcome into the DNVR Rockies Podcast. I am your host, Suzie Hunter. Happy Halloween, everyone. Happy Halloween. I dressed up. If you're watching us on YouTube, I dressed up as a Rockford Peach. I wear this costume every year because I am so on brand and I have no hobbies outside of baseball. We've got Kale producing today. Kale didn't plug in his microphone. Oh my gosh, Kale. You know, the people want to hear you.
Delayed.
Ooh. Yeah, well, we've got a show. Also, we've got to talk about Jon Gray. That's going to be that is the meat and potatoes of this show, because Jon Gray, our former starter, got the win last night in Game 3. Probably one of the biggest moments of his career, if not the biggest. I don't know what could possibly be bigger, but these are the moments that those first round draft picks wait for, those big moments of greatness. And Jon Gray definitely got his last night. We're going to get into some Rockies news. We're going to check in on some guys playing in the Mexican League. We're going to get into some baseball headlines. Unfortunately, we're talking about Trevor Bauer again. I'm sick of it, but we're going to talk about how I'm sick of how people are talking about it. And of course, we're going to just, keeping track of this World Series. Right now, the Texas Rangers are leading the series 2-1 after that 3-1 victory in Arizona last night. But let's get into talking about Jon Gray, because he got the win. He was low-key the hero of Monday night's game. 3 innings pitched, allowed just 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Jon Gray was cooking last night. And it was really unexpected, too, because originally it was reported he was slated to get the start for Game 4. But some unexpected things happened, specifically Max Scherzer getting injured. Now, Max Scherzer left right before the start of the 4th inning. So Max Scherzer was feeling some back tightness. You could see it when he was walking up the stairs to the mound and he started throwing some warm-up pitches. You could see him wincing in pain. Kind of a shame too, because he was cooking himself. He was having the best start of his postseason so far. So he left the game with back tightness. And Jon Gray comes in, originally supposed to start for Game 4. He was supposed to start tonight. He comes in, he's the freaking hero. Bruce Bochy had to say, we were able to stay away from a lot of guys because of Jon Gray's effort and had our leverage guys out there. So the big key to this, of course, having Jon Gray come out in relief and eating up 3 innings, 3 good innings too. I mean, that's going to be a huge relief for the bullpen, which will be a big deal tonight. Both sides of this matchup tonight are going to throw bullpen games. We'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, Marcus Semien said after the game, Jon Gray was huge. I was watching MLB Network this morning where they were kind of replaying all the interviews. Jon Gray did like 6 different interviews. Everyone wanted to talk to him. He was the belle of the ball. But yeah, huge moment for the Rangers. Huge moment for Jon Gray. Those are the moments that you wait for. But yeah, it was so funny. So I got down a rabbit hole last night watching all the post-game interviews. And when the Fox Sports crew said, you were a first-round draft pick for the Rockies, and like now you're finally in the World Series, set me down a damn rabbit hole of Rockies first-round picks. So now I'm kind of like wondering, I'm going to start, we're going to start having this conversation, because what better time to have this conversation than in the offseason? Who's the worst first-round pick for the Rockies? Who was the biggest bust? Because it's so many first-rounders end up not coming to fruition. So I was down a huge rabbit hole last night. We're going to explore this a little more. If you have input, honestly, like hop in the comments, hop in the tweets, the twits. Who am I? Do I know how to talk? Let's real fast shout it out to our friends at FOCO. They are the leading manufacturers of sports and entertainment merchandise, and they've got it all. They've got cute stuff that you can wear to the game. They've got wild stuff that you can wear to the game. I'm talking about the overalls. Those are the biggest item across all the sports right now, but they've got officially licensed gear for all sports and all fandoms. Plus, they've got great collectibles too, great bobbleheads. I don't know how many times I have to tell you, let's start thinking about Christmas gifts. I mean, please, stores are already selling Christmas stuff. So yeah, listen, FOCO always has our back for Colorado sports. They have yours too. Get the best gear around by using the link in our description. For all non-presale items, use promo code DNVR and get 10% off. All right. And you're always going to get a good deal at Backus and Schenker, because if you've been handed a bad deal with a bad injury, they are here to help you. They've been helping those who are seriously injured in Colorado for more than 25 years, and it's totally free until they win money in your case. So you can give them a call, consult with them, call them at 222-222-2222, all twos. Just keep hitting the twos until you get a hold of Backus and Schenker. But they will speak to you about your case for free until they win money for you. You're not going to pay anything unless they're actually going to give you your payday. And they've done it a lot. They've won more than $1 billion for their clients in Colorado. Backus and Schenker helps with all kinds of injury cases where you weren't at fault: car accidents, motorcycles, rideshare, pedestrians, trucks. They can even help if you're injured at work. Give them a call at 222-2222 to find out if you have a case for free, because Backus and Schenker wins. All right, let's you know what? We're going to get into a little bit of Rockies news. Oh my gosh, I didn't even tease. We have like a fun interview too. Forgot to even tease it. What is wrong with me? Oh my gosh. You guys, we talked to Braiden Ward. We talked to him last night. It was great. He is a Rockies prospect. He is currently, most recently, he was playing in Spokane. Fascinating young man. But the reason I wanted to bring him on specifically is because I found out that he's a Swiftie. And I love that. I think that's amazing. So we talked a little Taylor Swift. We talked a little bit of 1989, Taylor's version, the new album. And also what he's up to this offseason. Kale, you can attest to this. Fascinating dude. All right, so my audio is a little wanky on this. I'll just a little wanky, a little wonky, or a little wacky. Suzie, which one did you want to say? I don't know. We'll never know. I do know, though, that it sounds like I interviewed him from inside of a tin can. He sounds great. I'm sorry. We're going to air it anyway because I loved the conversation. But, Kale, are we ready to roll that? Yep. All right, here we go. Here's Braiden Ward. Joining the pod now is Braiden Ward. He is in the Rockies farm system. He has been in Spokane for the past season. But really the reason we have him on right now, he is the only known Swiftie I can confirm in the Rockies organization right now. But Braiden, how are you doing? And happy 1989 Taylor's version season to you.
Happy 1989 to you too. What a Taylor's version.
What a Taylor's version. Honestly, no skips.
0. Are you kidding me?
No. Oh my gosh, of course not. We've been dying to talk to you, honestly, ever since I found out, that we have the same taste in music. But I thought it was so interesting when we were setting up this interview. Did not realize you were an English teacher in the off season. Tell me about it.
So I just sub for whatever it is, but the last 2 years I've had the great opportunity to substitute 7th grade English at North Monterey County Middle out here in Monterey. Well, it's in Castroville, but Monterey County.
Nice, that's so cool. Do you guys get into do you incorporate baseball when you're subbing? Do you get to incorporate Taylor Swift lyrics? What's it like these days working in a school?
Well, when the kids ask for music, you have to keep it PG, and I know most of them want to listen to Gunna and Little Baby, but not a lot of PG songs with that, so I just put on Taylor, and the girls like it. And what was it with Bad Blood? Kendrick Lamar made an appearance, so the kids didn't mind that the other day.
Oh my gosh, I love this. You were out there doing God's work teaching these kids. Let's talk about, I do want to talk about the Taylor Swift album and how long you've been a fan, what made you a fan. Let's get into it.
So I think 1989 actually is when I first started listening to Taylor. And I just, like one song after another and after another, and it was just one of those people that just didn't skip a song. I think those three people for me right now are Taylor, Kygo, and Post Malone. And so Taylor, I listened to 1989, then Reputation came out, and then Folklore, Evermore, Midnights, and then after Midnights came out, I refused to start up Red and Fearless and not 1989 and why am I spacing on?
I think it's just those two Taylor's versions that have come out since Midnight. So Red came out, then Speak Now. I know there's honestly so much to keep up with.
So I refused to listen to all of Speak Now and all of Fearless until Taylor's version came out. Mm-hmm. So I had dabbled, I'd heard a few, but so that's what I'm currently doing. So I still haven't listened. I still haven't listened to the first album Taylor Swift yet. I will say that.
Gosh. Wait, this is so funny. I love that you're an ethical Swiftie. You can't go back and re-listen or listen for the first time because she doesn't know them yet. We can't be giving Scooter Braun money.
I know. And it's funny too. I tell people that and they kind of yell at me because a lot of girls grew up on the first album and they yell at me for like, how have you not listened? And I'm like, well, I'm not giving money to those greedy little guys.
I love this. You were doing it the right way. Do you walk out to a Taylor Swift song?
It was actually funny. So I was going through my ups and downs and we were in Hillsboro, and Hillsboro they try to have a song based on people's names, right? So like Benny Montgomery had like Benny and the Jets, etc. And there's no one with War or Ward, but they had me go out to The Great War by Taylor Swift, and that honestly was the weekend, like, when I got hot. And I had joked with my hitting coach Oz, and he had told me, because he knew I was a Swift, and he goes, "Well, you have to have Taylor now." And so I changed my walk-up song to Antihero by Millennium with Taylor Swift, which is a remake, and the rest was history. That's what I kept, and I got hot, and I was doing good, so it might have to be a thing.
I love that. I mean, for a little context for those listening, minor league teams love to kind of mess with opposing players by playing just, some songs that might not hype them up, might do the opposite. I love that, though. That is so fun. All right, so now you are using the power Taylor for at-bats. Yeah, how was this season for you? What were you feeling? What weren't you feeling? Walk me through this past year in Spokane.
No, it was pretty sweet. So I last year I started out in Fresno, was hot, did great, moved up to Spokane, struggled, and so it was really awesome to deal with the adversity and kind of prove that I can overcome those struggles and hopefully be in AA next year, God willing. But no, it was awesome because you get to mature as an athlete, you get to mature as a player, and really learn what kept you down and what gets to get you going forward.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, AA Hartford has a very soft spot in my heart because I've worked there for so long. What do you know about Hartford? We talk about Hartford so much on this podcast, it's kind of stupid, actually.
Well, I know that Hartford's like the #1 affiliate in the country because how nice it is. So to go from, Spokane, which is an amazing place, they do the best of what they have or with what they have to, hopefully, like I said, God willing, go into Hartford. I'm just excited.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. Anything in particular that you're working on in this off season in addition to your job where you were an educator?
Yeah. Well, currently I'm resting my foot because I had plantar fasciitis the last 7 weeks of the season. Mm-hmm. And so that's when I started really playing every day too. So they're like, well, you can, sit out the last 7 weeks and just, get like no at bats or deal with it. And then we'll fix it in the off season. So that's what I'm doing right now is I'm currently, resting the foot.
Yeah, oh my gosh, please. We've talked about plantar fasciitis so much up here because Chris Bryant was dealing with that last season. But really, all you can do with that is rest it.
Yeah, it's just rest, wear proper shoes. If it gets to it, which it did for me, cortisone shot. Might have to get another one here soon. Who knows? But it's one of those things where it just sucks. And I saw it was Carlos Correa had it right when the postseason hit, and I was like, hey guys, that's what I got.
Hey, same. We are the same.
I was like, so my player comp is Carlos Correa. That's what I'm hearing.
Obviously. That's the conclusion we come to. I love this. Any other big off-season plans for you?
So I like to travel. I'm a big outdoorsman. So I was just in Montana for opening day of duck season, which was a lot of fun. We actually I'm going to Hawaii for the first time next week.
Okay.
Parents are taking me. I know. And then I go back to Montana in January for some ice fishing and some more duck hunting and / elk hunting. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. Okay. So you're hunting, you're fishing, you are vibing outdoors. We love all these things in Colorado. So I hope we get to see you here real soon.
I hope so. It sounds like a one heck of a time.
Yeah, we got to get you and Charlie Blackman out in the woods together.
A little Chuck Nasty and B Ward.
Yeah, exactly. Before I let you go, are there any other secret Swifties in the Rockies organization that I don't know about? Because I have been investigating this.
None that have come out of the closet yet. I'll say that. You know, they'll have their headphones on and I'll see their mouths moving and I'm like, oh, what is that? Is that Fearless? Is that what we got going right there? So no one will admit it yet, but hopefully, you can get the ball rolling and we can give them what the fans want. Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. Thank you for doing this very valuable intel work out here. Braiden, we appreciate having you on so much. Best of luck with the rest of your off season. Keep me up to date on all the slang terms the kids use, okay?
Of course.
That's good. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. You guys are great.
Oh my gosh. What a gem of a kid. What a gem. Speaking of gems and kids, let's talk about Michael Toglia. This is your daily Michael Toglia report brought to you by me reading all those Mexican baseball websites. I've already reached my limit for stories on those, by the way, which is hilarious. I'm gonna have to subscribe to all these Mexican news sites and sports sites. Anyway, let's talk about Michael Toglia. Michael Toglia is working on cutting those strikeouts down. That's been his biggest issue in the majors. Not still an issue too in the minors, but a huge issue for him in the majors. But on Saturday, he had 2 hits, 1 RBI, no strikeouts in 3 at-bats. And on Sunday, he had 1 hit, but it was a home run. He had 1 walk, no strikeouts in 3 at-bats. And also, I just realized that Colorado native Grant Witherspoon is also on that team. He's the guy who hit the single to make Michael Toglia's home run a 2-run homer. Small world, small world. I've talked to Grant Witherspoon about coming into the studio in the offseason. He was with the Rays most recently, I believe. And I'm not sure. I think he's a free agent right now. But anyway, Michael Toglia working on cutting the strikeouts down. And it's nice to see him not striking out so much this past weekend in Mexico playing for Monterrey. Let's shout out real fast our friends at Saturday Neon. Again, it's gift season. This is a great gift. Hold on a second. But yeah, Saturday Neon gives us some really great neon signs. LED neon signs, though. And it's a brand that was made by 2 former roommates at CU. So they've got officially licensed LED neon signs for schools, for 19 select schools, including Colorado, Arizona, Alabama, Wisconsin. They've got such great looking signs. They're great for offices, man caves, dorm rooms, basements. They're great for our set. And they make great gifts, you guys. Go to SaturdayNeon.com and use code DNVR for 10% off your order today and free shipping on orders over $200. Again, that's code DNVR at SaturdayNeon.com. And guys, it's crown season. We got DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings Sportsbook. Listen, who are the pretenders? Who are the contenders? We're somehow more than halfway through the NFL season, and DraftKings Sportsbook, listen, they're still pumping out unbeatable offers every single game. New customers can bet just $5 on anything and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. DraftKings isn't stopping there. All customers can take advantage of a sweetener offer every game day. It's the last day of October. Oh my gosh. Well, they've got great deals for you. You're going to get in on the football action with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the app now. Use code DNVR. New customers can bet just $5 on anything and get $200 instantly in bonus bets only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code DNVR. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, licensee partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles, Louisiana, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gambling resources. We gamble responsibly here, guys. But we're gonna hook y'all up with a DraftKings pick of the week. Listen, I'm looking at the lines right now. The over/under for tonight's game in Arizona right now. I'm gonna bet that both teams are gonna get lit up just a little bit. So yeah, I'm taking the over, and you can find that on DraftKings Sportsbook in the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Bam, there it is. All right. Kale, do you approve?
I approve. That's what I would have gone with.
Yeah.
Bullpen game, World Series. Bats are going to be popping.
I think bats are going to be popping. I think things are going to get crazy. Things were kind of crazy last night. The roof was open last night.
It is the middle of October. Well, I should say the end of October, but
yeah,
it's cool.
Well, they couldn't open the roof in Arlington, but I think it was raining.
Oh, gotcha.
And also the weather, apparently. So the commissioner of Major League Baseball has the final say of whether or not they can have the roof open or closed for a World Series game. 8 degrees and 86 degrees. If it's hotter than 86 degrees at first pitch, they will decide to keep it closed. And if it's colder than 68, they keep it closed. So weird. So weird. Also, shout out Gerardo in the chat. Everyone acts like they forgot about Gray. Jon Gray, of course. We're going to talk about him again because we're going to go through a little more of Game 3 of the World Series. Yeah, the roof was open and the Rangers won the battle, but it might have cost them the war because Max Scherzer and Adolis Garcia both came out of that game with injuries, and they are so needed by the Rangers. But yeah, Max Scherzer was finally cooking. Also, in the same ballpark he debuted in all the way back in 2008. What a blast from the past. I actually always forget that he was there. So he threw 3 scoreless innings. Again, this was probably his best start of the postseason. Could have been one of his best starts of the whole year. But of course, this is his second start back from being on the injured list, came out with lower back tightness. So he got hit by a pitch. Some stories were saying he got hit in his lower back. Bruce Bochy said he was hit in his elbow. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That wasn't what injured him. It was the lower back tightness. So, yeah. Ken Rosenthal, Fox Sports, we love Ken Rosenthal and his bow tie, said that Scherzer was almost in tears coming out of that game, heading into the clubhouse. Totally understandable, too. But yeah, he's allowed 7 runs in 6 2/3 inning, or he had allowed 6 runs in 6 2/3 innings since coming off the IL this postseason. But yeah, the Rangers racked up the runs early. Marcus Semien had an RBI single. Corey Seager followed it up with a 2-run homer. So glad we don't have to see him in the NL West anymore because the Dodgers let him go. But yeah, Adolis Garcia left in the 8th inning with left side tightness. He took an awkward swing and then immediately grabbed his back and was wincing in pain too. He's also been 0 for 6, by the way, since that Game 1 walk-off homer. So he's been slumping a little bit, and now he's hurt. Rangers fans can't be happy with that. But the Rangers have also set a new single postseason record for road wins. It's at 9. They've also had... so they've had 9 road wins, and also they've broken the record for consecutive road wins, which is also 9. So they surpassed the single season postseason road win record. It was 8 wins with the 2018 Nats. What a time. What a delightful World Series. Some World Series fun facts. The Rangers have now won more road games this postseason than the Rockies won on the road the whole second half. That hurts. Wow. I'm out here catching strays from myself. And another fun fact, in all best of 7 post series tied at 1-1, the team winning game 3 has gone on to win the series 68 out of 99 times. That is a winning percentage of 69%. Nice. Let's, real fast, before we get into some baseball headlines, shout out our friends at Breckenridge Brewery. They have been on our team since day one. Beer of the month, it's still Broncos Country Pale Ale. Let's ride. Let's chug those for $6 a pint right here at the DNVR bar. It's a new recipe this season too, but Breck has a beer for every occasion. There's no better way to watch a game than with a Breck brew in your coldest pint glass. And they've been doing it for a long time, for 33 years. It all comes down to their love and passion for making good beer. And I love that they love the environment too. Their beer is made with 100% renewable energy. They've got a party coming up on November 3rd. For celebrating getting back on the mountain and celebrating a year of Funslinger. So it's going to be November 3rd at the Monkey Barrel, opening day, parking lot party. Doors open at 5 o'clock, and the first 100 guests get a free Funslinger lager. There's going to be games, prizes, and the absolute best part, they will give away the new 2023 Never Summer Artist Series snowboard. These are so dope every year. Can't wait to see this one. There's a movie premiere, the Never Summer movie, and they'll also have complimentary snowboard tuning. But until then, you can stock up on your own Funslingers or whichever Breck brew you want. Go to breckbrew.com to find a brew near you. Some baseball headlines, fam. Rapper Paul Wall offered Dusty Baker a set of grills as a retirement gift. Will he accept them? Will he not? I don't know. But he was publicly invited to come get fitted for grills by the rapper. But apparently he made the same offer last year too after winning the World Series. Dusty politely declined. We do have a 2023 Roberto Clemente Award winner. Aaron Judge was at the game last night receiving the award. Good for him. I think it's the first time a Yankee has gotten the Roberto Clemente Award since Derek Jeter. Not bad company to be in. And a woman is suing the Atlanta Braves and Jorge Soler for an injury she sustained at the ballpark in 2021. So apparently Jorge Soler threw a ball, at the end of an inning. Players will throw a ball into the stands. So she was hit in the eye, and it has caused her excruciating injuries. So she is suing Jorge Soler and the Braves, saying that he threw it so fast that she had no time to react. And also, it wasn't a ball in play. So I guess she's thinking that it doesn't count for the warning of, be aware there are balls in play. I don't know. Kale, what do you think of this? Someone suing the team for getting hit when a player was throwing a ball into the stands.
I think she's going to lose, but I understand the hustle.
I mean, yeah, I don't think she's going to win this one. But also, you know what? I think that's like an insurance company thing, too, where if like someone else injures you, like they don't want to pay for it. So they're going to like make you sue the people who are responsible. So I think it's like an insurance thing.
An insurance thing. Like her insurance company is like, we don't want to pay this. We're going to try and make someone else pay for it. That makes sense.
So I would guess that that's the case. I don't think she's like, yeah, Jorge Soler did that to me. So we'll see. How fast was he throwing this ball into the stands? That sounds awful though. Like I would hate an eye injury like that. Like
that sounds terrible.
Scary.
And like to be dealing with it for months and months and months, and yeah, it sounds awful.
Yeah. I'm wishing her the best. Mookie Betts is wishing Trevor Bauer the best. Mookie Betts, all he had to do was say nothing, but he had to go out and do a whole interview about Trevor Bauer. So apparently Mookie Betts thinks Trevor Bauer is an awesome guy. And he thinks he's an awesome guy because he's never had an issue with him. And he thinks he's a great pitcher. First of all, he's not even like that great of a pitcher. Like, yeah, he won the Cy Young, but like he has also said that like he was using sticky stuff to achieve that spin rate. This is when we started talking about spin rate fucking constantly. But anyway, here's the quote from Mookie Betts. Quote, my experience with Bauer is not anything remotely close to what everyone else's experience is. I love him. I think he's an awesome guy. The personal things, I have no control. I'm like, okay, yeah, your experience was not close to his because you were not a sexual partner of his. I don't know why you think that you would have a similar experience. That just like this whole thing, the whole interview, so weird. So strange. Also, I don't know, did Mookie Betts actually mean to say that he thinks Trevor Bauer is an awesome guy? Did he just mean like he's good at his job? Because the reasons he lists like why he's an awesome guy like aren't character qualities. They're just like more pitching qualities. I don't know.
Like you said, he just had to say nothing and he opened his mouth anyway.
All he had to do was say nothing. And also, my gosh, Mookie Betts is like one of the like top tier likable dudes in Major League Baseball. So he's putting, I mean, that's a huge win for Bauer in terms of like character witnesses in this like court of, public opinion. But now I'm like, Mookie, that wasn't it, man. That wasn't it. But he says he hopes Trevor Bauer gets signed by someone this winter. I don't know. Mookie, baby, what are we doing? What are we doing? Kale, what are we doing? We're gonna talk about the World Series game tonight. Yeah, game is same time as last night, 6:00 Mountain Time. Game 4, bullpen game on both sides. Andrew Heaney will get the start for the Rangers. Joe Mantiply will get the start for the Diamondbacks. And listen, I'm just glad we got to see a little Jon Gray succeeding on a stage that, honestly, I know we can all agree that we wish that he was on this stage with the Rockies. But you know what? I'm going to root for his success anyway. It was great seeing him just like chat it up with everyone, getting so much national attention. He deserves it. I missed Jon Gray.
Jon Gray was a great guy when he was here, so I loved watching him pitch. He was always never quite the Cy Young favorite that he was made out to be when we drafted him, but that's okay. He was a really good pitcher here, and I wish him the best. And it was great to see him get the spotlight, which he well deserved. He pitched amazingly last night. Pitched amazing.
Yeah, not a Cy Young guy, but like a great win your World Series game guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's wins are what matters.
Yeah.
Personal awards. Wins. Get after it, Jon Gray. We'll be live tweeting all of the action. Patrick is, I think, probably going to be at the World Series again. He was there last night. I can't keep track of him.
Who can at this point? Who can? The man is a jet setter.
He is truly a jet setter. So yeah, we will have all of the latest World Series coverage, but make it Rockies. You can follow us at DNVR_Rockies. Kale, where can we follow you?
I'm at Kale Sorbo, Kale with 2 L's on Twitter. I'm at Blue Eyes with a Backpack on Instagram.
Because he has blue eyes and a backpack. The backpack is for the camera equipment, guys. Yeah?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's where.
I'm like, or is it a cooler? Like, I actually don't know.
It's mostly for the camera equipment.
Mostly. Guys, you can follow me at the Suzie Hunter on all platforms. Patrick will be back live in a studio at noon on Wednesday. So you can find that on the DNVR Sports YouTube channel. And Kale, you know what I like to say?
What do you like to say?
About closing out a show? I say, fuck it, we ball. We will see you right back here on the DNVR Sports YouTube channel. Talk to you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.